So Project Cars has just been released, and before I start my career up in the game, I will go for one lap on the Nordschleife. I will try to give my first impressions in this video about the graphics, the handling, and the AI, and also the new concept at the end. Because there has been a lot of criticism with the new concept, and I've read a bit about it and looked into it after this race, so I can give my full opinion of this game and my first impression. So firstly, I start up a custom game. I can only choose one car because I haven't bought any, so I just chose the only car I have, the Toyota, and I will start a race on the Nordschleife with AIs. So yeah, firstly my impression of the graphics. You can see the graphics when you come into the race now. Yeah, another thing while we wait, the loading times are actually really good in the game. I'm really impressed. Normally there's a lot of loading time in these kinds of games, but it's pretty small in this game. So yeah, as you can see, I have everything on Ultra, and as I start or not start, I just have to add my wheel to the settings, even though I calibrated the wheel. But yeah, as we start, you can see, I think the game actually looks pretty similar to Project Cars 2. I think the landscape scenery looks a bit better, and the sun, but overall it looks pretty much the same as Project Cars 2. It's not that it's a bad thing, but other titles, not racing games, but like titles like Star Wars Fallen Order, have very, very good graphics, and some games even have ray tracing, but this game does not. So it's a bit of a surprise that they didn't go more into the graphics, but yeah, as you can expect, they really focused on the whole concept of the game. And I will talk more about that later. But the graphics isn't bad. It's probably the same as F1 2020. Maybe a bit better than that, but it's a bit the same as the last game. As I just changed my FOV so I could see a bit more. But yeah, even though like through the first corners, I could already feel the update of the handling. I didn't have the wheel turned on to 900 degrees. It's only at 540 or 420. Which I will turn up in the next couple of videos. But yeah, the overall feeling in this car with no downforce is pretty good. It's slippery, and they have fixed the oversteer problem that was in Project Cars 2. I think it's a bit too much to the oversteer side, but they can update that later. This is still the first day of the release, so yeah, that's it's pretty good. I actually like the driving, but in a few weeks I will make an update video on this when I try out the GT3 cars and drive a bit more serious. As cars with downforce pretty much shows how good the handling mode is. But it feels pretty good now. I actually like the oversteer because it's easy to catch it. A bit like in Assetto Corsa, not Competition, but the old classic Assetto Corsa. But yeah, I tried after this run. I tried another where I actually hit a few cars, but it didn't even affect my driving. I don't know if it's a setting I missed or something, but the overall damage model I think has been minimalized a lot. For some reason, if you hit a wall or another car very hard, there comes this kinda ugly outline around the whole screen. I don't know if I can show a clip of Need for Speed Shift, but that's in Need for Speed Shift. They made a pretty good effect when you hit a wall or something, where the screen went a bit gray and the driver's breath was really harsh. But for some reason they just like it's like playing Call of Duty or something. When you get shot from one angle, the screen turns red, and I don't know why they added that. I don't think it looks good, but maybe it's something I can remove in the settings. I haven't checked that, but yeah. But the handling, like the driving handling, is overall pretty good. It's a bit more arcade than the last games, and I can see why they did that, because the handling in the last two games weren't that good. So going to the more arcade side is probably the way to go. But as you can see in the video, the AIs are pretty harsh. They hit me in the back like that, and they're just very aggressive, and I'm only on medium aggressiveness, so if that's even a word. But I think they're too aggressive or just stupid in some kind of way, because they keep hitting you in the back, and they can for sure update that and fix that problem. But it's pretty annoying as a first impression, and even though it's something they're probably gonna fix in the first few updates, it's annoying to go into the game when nobody drives in multiplayer at the moment, and the first impression you have is that the AIs are completely trash, and it doesn't make you want to play the career that much. If you're very skeptical about the game, as a lot of people is when the developers actually announced that they changed a lot in the game concept. But yeah, another thing about the AIs is that they are very slow in the corners, particularly on this track, and I tried another track afterwards. They're very, very slow. As you can see there, I almost hit him in the back. And I have my setting on hard. The AI has a lot of settings. I think there's 5 different aggressive settings, and 6 or also 5 different difficult settings. Not just easy, medium, and hard, but just really hard. It's like noob or something. Easy, medium, hard, very hard, pro, and I think the hardest one is elite. But you can check that if you buy the game. But yeah, the overall impression of the AIs is that it's not real good. I think that's probably the worst part about the game at the moment, is the AIs. In the next race, I didn't record it, but in the next race I upped up the AIs, and it just makes them faster in some places and still very slow in other places. So I think the first thing they have to fix is the AIs, because as I get into in the next topic, the career mode is a very, very, very big part of this game. and if they can't fix the AIs, no one wants to play the career mode. So yeah, as I get to the next topic, which is the concept. Yeah, the concept of this game is very light on the career mode. If I have to tell a bit about the career mode to someone that haven't played this game or don't want to buy it yet, but have played other games, it's probably like Gran Turismo, actually a lot like Gran Turismo, where you start out with one car, and after you race the bit races and that, you can upgrade it or buy a new car. It forces you to play a new car a lot when you go into as I just check out some controls, but it forces you to buy a new car to drive certain races to earn extra money. So, for example, you have to buy a car in the 90s to drive a certain series, and you have to drive them because you have to earn money and points to go to the next series. So you have to save a lot of money. And yeah, another thing is that there's music in the background. I don't like this, so I'm probably gonna turn it down after a few races. But yeah, I don't like that. That's just stressing, I think. But yeah, you have to win races to buy more cars, and that's a very huge part of the game, as it go over the line in first place. And yeah, that's a lap on the Nordschleife. Yeah, as I said, the first impression is that the game is pretty good. It's a lot like in graphics, it's a lot like Project Cars 2 and F1 2020, but it isn't good at all compared to other games. But the main thing I think is good is the handling. They updated the handling to be more forgiving, and even though I haven't tried some cars with downforce, I think it's really good. But no damage model, no good damage model. The AI are harsh and slow, and need to be updated. The concept is a lot like Gran Turismo, and I think that's a good thing. And you have to win races to buy more cars. But yeah, my overall feeling about this game is pretty good. I want to spend a lot of time in it and make a lot of videos and complete a career. And that will probably be my next upcoming videos. A lot of this game and a lot of F1 2020, as I've already recorded a lot. I just need to edit the videos. But this one will come up today at the release day, and yeah, I look forward to uploading a lot of videos from Project Cars 3 in the near future. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.